Hello guys, this is Paula back with part 3 of my Tracie Fox design team project. And I'm sorry it's taken so many parts, but it is a time-consuming project. Now, I just want to show you, I told you I had done some mixed media. I just did, there's more colors than this, but I just took stencils and acrylics and used old vintage papers and put different designs and bright colors on here. Okay, so that's what we're going to work with, is those. Now, I've already done one side of the book. This is the cover, okay? And we're going to do the inside the same way. And when we're done, we're going to do the Franken-stitch. So it will end up looking like this. Okay, now this is the this is page 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I haven't told you yet what it is. It's an embellishment journal. So that will make more sense as we go along. And it was inspired by Linda Israel. Okay, now let's get busy. And after we get these glued on, I will stitch them and everything will be inked as well. So, and I'm going to kind of try to, I have everything on here a certain way. And so I'm going to try to get everything on pretty much the same way, okay, so that when I do my Franken-stitch, it'll be a little more likely to, I'm just using some tacky glue in the middle. I'm not going around the outside because I don't want to gum up my sewing machine, but I'm flipping this over every now and then to look at, I'm sorry if the puppy is making noises with her bone over here. I'm kind of wanting the same shape on both sides just because, you know, it's a journal. And so what you do is when you have when it's a little too big, you just flip it over and trim it off. Now, they're not going to be exactly alike on the other side, but it will be close. And I just like that it looks cohesive. And again, that's the perfectionist in me. I have a tendency to be a little like that, but I just like it. I like things to mesh, I guess, is what the best word I can come up with. Okay, now I'm not gluing on the edges, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's see, this is the top. Let's see, I just did this one and this one. So let's do, that's last. Let's do the spine. I guess we'll just, I just cut out the same colors on some of these because it was just easier and faster. And a lot of this will be covered up and you'll just see parts of it. My fingernails look horrible because of the mixed media. I'm so sorry. They look like I've not ever had them manicured. But trust me, I have. But right now they don't look like it. Okay. The puppy is going to get her first haircut on Tuesday. I'll have to show you after she gets back so you can see what size she actually is. We don't even know for real. I'm going to put a little bit more glue under this one. It's kind of sticking up. Because they can still flip over on you, so you don't want to have the glue so far back that, you know, when you're sewing one side, the other side flips over. Okay, so music sheet. Let's see, I should have a couple music sheets to put in here. I gotta see what I did with the other one. I know there's two, at least two. Let's see, right here. Baby. Stay in your bed. Stay, Sadie. Okay, so we're gonna put this one right here beside the green. I'll get it out in a minute. It's like my tongue is flipping on itself. I wanted to throw in some vintage paper too. Just vintage music sheets, because I thought it would look cool to do that. This green one just doesn't want to stay down very well. Okay. Pretty bad when you have to look back and forth, back and forth. I've got a memory, as Tracy says, a goldfish. Sometimes I feel that way. I've heard her say that, and it is so funny, but I was thinking when she said it, so do I. So I think it's, you know, when you don't work out of the home anymore, it makes such a difference in, oh, I don't know, that piece isn't going to work. Might have to cut another one for that. So we'll move on to the middle piece right here, which I cut these out so it wouldn't take forever to, you know, I just cut out one side and then I mimicked it on the other side. Normally I wouldn't do that, but because of time, I didn't want to keep you guys tied up, because I'm posting 2 parts on Saturday, and got that a little high, and then this will be posted on Sunday. And then now when I'm through stitching both of these, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Flipping it over to trim it off. Want everything nice and flush along the edges as best you can. I mean, after all, this is a junk journal, embellishment junk journal. It's kind of a thing that you would give to a friend who has the same interest as you. So, let me see here. What do we got going? Let's put some pink up in this corner. If I can get my glue to come down. I gave my Fabri-Tac the day off. I put them in timeout for today because it drives me crazy. So it's in timeout. Now, you know, it looks like I didn't get that one pieced just perfect. But when you put your stitches over it, it's not going to be noticeable, fortunately. Because I'm using a contrasting thread, as you see here, you can tell I've used black. And I like that contrast. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. I'm just trying to look at those and show you how to do this so that you'll know how you can make one for one of your friends. I just saw this. I've been wanting to make it. I saw a video on it quite some time ago, and I really wanted to make it, and I thought, you know, when I saw Tracie's new mini kits, I was just like, oh, that is awesome. And so I'm going to be working with those kits in this, and it's going to be the mini blossoms and berries embellishments, the mini floral embellishments, and let me see which, the other one is the new bird one, mini bird embellishments. So that is my plan, is to use those embellishments in here. And I'm going to ink it all with vintage photo, so it should do great. And a lot of the floral ones will have the colors that are in the book. Now, Sadie, no, you stay. Sadie wants to eat my arm today. She doesn't realize I'm videoing. My husband, he was in charge of her, and then he's trying to get my technical side of everything where it's much easier. It's going to get me like a flash drive or something, I guess. And I didn't argue with that one bit. I said, I'll watch her. I video with her during the week, so I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so now let's put this pink up here. Oh, let me see how that worked. Oh, there's a little piece. Okay, we'll make it work. This is one of those glues I've had on my desk needing to use forever. So I feel good that I'm actually using some of my stash. You know how you buy and try different things, and then you get it home and you hate it? This was one of them. I wish you'd look at how bad my fingers look. And I have scrubbed them I don't know how many times. I've used fingernail polish remover, but they are stained underneath my fingernails. It's crazy. What we do for our crafts. Our crazy crafts. I think they're only crazy to other people. They don't know how much we really embrace them. Okay, that one's gonna has a little bit too much glue, so. All right, so I'm gonna put this right up here since I didn't cut the pink one long enough. Got to straighten it out a little bit. My fingers are so sticky that I'm having a time of it. You know, these are not perfectly cut, and that wasn't my goal, so. Oh, and I cut that one totally backwards, so we're going to have to replace that one. How about, well, let me get another piece of paper. What color do we want right there? We might try the red. I think that will look good. It's nice and bright. I needed it to be the opposite direction than what I cut it. So we're just gonna cut it out so you can kind of see how I do. This is what I do when I want to do the flip side. Like if I want to do, I piece it on one side, and then if I decide to that I want both sides to, match as close as possible, I just flip it over and cut it to fit on the other side. But obviously I was distracted during this one and I didn't get it flipped the right direction. So there. Now I think I still have to cut some of it off right up here. Let me move it up this way. Yeah, I want it to go, this is a little long. Sadie, You know you're not supposed to be over here. Look at you laying your chin down. You know you're being naughty. Are you being naughty? She was sleeping, doing great until I turned the video on. I think that's how it is, huh? There. I'm just going to trim that straight across with my scissors. And there we go. That simple. I don't know if you guys have done Franken tags with Gail. Gail's the only one that, besides this lady that I saw doing mixed media. The reason, she's a mixed media artist, and Sadie, no. And this fell into her mixed media. And I like mixed media. So that, I guess that's why I was watching her video. But, okay, we have one more square right here, and I say it should be purple. Let me grab a piece of purple. I try to balance them out the best I can. I had most of this ready. I figured I'd run into a few little bumps. I had this, I had it cut out in yellow for some reason. Who knows why? Probably an interruption from somebody we all know and love. And is black and fuzzy. Okay. The next video, when you come back the next video, I will have this stitched with the black thread. And when you do the stitching, let me just give you a little hint. You stitch around the whole outside first on the right side. You want your bobbin to be the same color as your thread. And you will just zigzag and around the whole thing. And then you will stitch in between and come start and end, you know, and come straight down both sides of the spine. Now, you saw the measurement video. You will have a 1-inch spine here, and on this book, the other one, which I dropped, got the corner bent, which aggravates me. This has a 1/2-inch spine. So after you've got everything sewn and inked, you will need to center your spine, your 1/2-inch spine, in the middle of your 1-inch spine. And you're going to run a stitch, 1 or 2 stitches down the middle, depending on how you, one should be plenty. Now, just so you know, when you center it, see here, you're going to have like a quarter, it's less than a quarter, it's probably 1/8 of an inch right here and here on both ends, because this is smaller than your cover. And you're going to have space, you know, a 1/4 inch on each side. So you want to run a little bit of glue down and then get it in the right place. And then for this part, I would use Fabri-Tac, just so you know it will grab quickly. And I would suggest that sewing this one that we just glued, you give it, you know, 15-20 minutes or so to dry, or maybe even longer. I didn't put any glue on the edges, so just because it, you know, like this tacky glue is more of a wet glue. And so while I'm letting this dry, I'm going to be cutting out Tracie's beautiful images. And then I'll sew this, I'll glue this and stitch it. Well, I'll ink and then I'll glue it and stitch it. There's a lot of steps to this, and so you can understand why I did more than one. And after this part is made, Then we're going to make pockets and tucks. And after we get those made, we're going to do embellishments. So this may end up being this is part 3 today. And so we'll do the pockets. That will be part 4, I believe. And then we'll move on to the next part. So this is how it's going to look, of course, with stitching. So on the front, I still don't have the image, but you're really supposed to put like a big image on the front. And so I've got to go through my vintage stuff and see what I want to put on the front. I want something that goes along with Tracie's. These are beautiful, you guys. If you haven't had an opportunity to go look at her new images, you need to do so. This is the mini blossoms. And then this is the mini bird embellishments. Look how cool that is. They're just stunning. And then I printed a couple because I messed up with my printer the first time. I guess that happens, right? And I used Nina 80-pound cardstock. These are just beautiful. And see, I have yellow, I have pink, I have blue. You know, so I have these colors in the paper. This pink will go great. And, you know, there's some colors in the book that aren't in here, but that's okay. You know, it doesn't matter. It's going to be multicolored and it will end up beautiful. Okay, so if you haven't seen those, you need to go over to her Etsy shop, which is Love Junk Journals. It's Tracie Fox. Okay, so I will see you next time. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope that you will give me a thumbs up. And I will link Tracie's shop in the description below. And yeah. So, if you haven't subscribed, we do a lot of fun stuff, and this is one of them, you know, doing Tracie's products. So, I'll see you next time, and you guys have a good Saturday. Bye.